Okay, no, I think this isolation thing is getting to me. Let's put the scissors away. Rapunzel retellings, that's what I should do. I should rank Rapunzel retellings! Rapunzel, the one with all the hair. Is there any fairy tale more iconic than The Princess in the Tower? I would argue not. And the most popular Princess in the Tower is, hands down, without a doubt, Rapunzel. So, shall we get into it and discuss just how awesome this fairy tale is? I think we shall. I've read a good handful of these fairy tales, these retellings, and I actually have two that I've written. Stay tuned to the end for an exciting announcement. And let's get into it. First of all, a bit of rules about my ranking. First of all, these are my preferences. That means you're welcome to your preferences. These are mine. And two, it is therefore limited to what I have read. And I have not read every single Rapunzel retelling in the world. I know, crazy. So yeah, if you don't see your favorite on this thing, let me know in the comments below what it is, and maybe I need to go read it. Maybe I just didn't like it as much as I do these. Who knows? Let's get into it. Number 10, Zell by Donna Jo Napoli. Probably the most traditional fairy tale retelling that I have on this list. Donna Jo Napoli's retellings are real, they're raw. I really wouldn't recommend this to anybody who is not mature, because it does not shy away from more things, so it is handled as nicely as possible. But yeah, it's a really raw look at a lot of the characters and their motivations. Not a lot is done to twist the fairy tale, but rather dig into it, and it is beautiful. She's definitely up there on my favorite retelling authors, and I need to read more of her books. Number 9, Molly Storm by Annie Louise Twitchell. I love fairy tales in the vein of looking at the fairy tale from the Mother Gothel's perspective. This is one that is entirely from her point of view, and she also lives in a lighthouse, and there's a pirate in there instead of medieval fairy tales. So really awesome, and it is not the last of my golden braids that you're going to see on this list. Last year I helped release a whole bunch of Rapunzel retellings. So yeah, this was really awesome, and yeah, if you want to read the fairy tale from the witch's perspective, this one's great. Also, this Rapunzel has Down syndrome. Number 8, Rebecca's Refuge by Meredith Lee Burton. The second of my golden braids. Meredith is the master of taking a fairy tale, completely scrambling all the elements and turning out a whole new story that's somehow entirely the fairy tale that she based it on, but completely its own new thing. And also, it's an own voices about blindness. The author herself is blind, and the main character of this story, Rebecca, is blind, and oh, just really gorgeous. Also a sort of Edge of the Wild West feel to it. It's not Wild West, even though I do call it a Western fantasy when I promoted it. It's more of a town on the edge of the Wild West, but really awesome, really cool. Highly recommend. Go read her books, they're awesome. Number 7, Grounded by Megan Morrison. The theme of the relationship between Mother Gothel and Rapunzel is one I think you've noticed by now, but I love to see it explored. And here we have one where she has to learn the shocking truth of her mama ain't a good person, or the witch, because she calls her witch as though she were mother. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but that's Jack and the Beanstalk. He's the one getting her down from the tower, not no prince. And I think that is just like the most amazing thing. Jack and the Beanstalk and Rapunzel, ship them for life. This is not the last time you're going to see that mashup on this list. I will say that. But yeah, it's so awesome. And I will say she is a bit of a difficult character to like at first, because, you know, she does think that the witch is a good person. She's a bit of a spoiled brat, but as she gets to know the world and learns, has her world shattered, it's just amazing. Journey of growth and self-discovery. Number 6, Cress by Marissa Meyer. I love the Lunar Chronicles. They are just amazing retellings. I love fairy tales in space. It is awesome. I'm just a teeny bit disappointed with this one in the fact that it's a little bit too leaned on the Tangled version, and I'm not a huge fan of rip-offs of Disney movies. But from the sheer fact that it is an awesome continuation of the Lunar Chronicles, it's here on this list, and it is awesome. I don't know what you're doing with your life if you haven't read this series yet and you love fairy tales. Go read it. Yeah. I just love how everything from Rapunzel was translated into a sci-fi, and it makes complete sense. It is amazing. Number 5, With Blossoms Gold by Hayden Wand. Kind of sad that this is the only non-magical on this list, but it is Rapunzel set in the Renaissance, and I loved it. This one features a girl with extreme agoraphobia. She hates the outside space, so that's why she stays in her tower. And a prince who's just like determined to rescue things until he finds out there's nothing to rescue and stuff like that. And yeah, it's great, and I love it. Yeah, go read her books. They're really great. Number 4, Song of the Sword by Hope Ann. So this is a totally gorgeous collection of fairy tale retellings in that they're each based on a fruit of the spirit and have a subtle allegory to them. Kind of sad that the series has stalled out after number 4, but this one's great, and I just loved the way that the song had such magical power. Oh, so twisted, and I love twin stories, and it was a non-romance, so yay. Yeah, definitely check this set of books out, but the number 2 is the best, my opinion. Number 3, The Dragon's Flower by Wynne Estelle Owens. How about Rapunzel in medieval Japan in a pagoda? It's a good idea? Good idea, yes. Wynne, her ability to translate a fairy tale, like in its entirety, into a different culture, it just astounds me with every one of her books I read. It is 100% Rapunzel, but it's completely new because it's seen through a different lens, a different culture, and I just love it. Also, foxes are amazing, especially when they're trying to explain pregnancy to a young girl who has never heard of it before. So, yes. Number 2, Mechanical Heart by Sarah Pennington. Japan not good enough for you? How about steampunk? Yes, steampunk Rapunzel in a clock tower with gadgets and gears and a mechanical heart. And yeah, it's awesome. Blood alchemy everywhere. I just, really exciting fairy tale. I love what Sarah did with this story. It is awesome. It is amazing. Go read this. It almost got top slot. But there's just one more that I just love forever and a day, and it's coming here. Let's go for it. Number 1, Rapunzel's Revenge by Shannon and Dean Hale. Okay, so you know I said there was another Jack and the Beanstalk coming? Here it is. Also, it's another Western, and this one's properly, truly Western, with all the ropes and cattles. Yeah, she uses her hair as lassos, and it's amazing, and she's not waiting around in the tower for some prince to rescue her. Oh no, she climbed down on her own, and she's like, yeah, boys, have fun trying to rescue a girl who ain't there. And she's off to take down the woman who trapped her in that tower, and it is amazing and awesome. When Shannon Hale goes for a humorous approach to fairy tales, she's amazing. I'm not so huge on her serious works, but this book is awesome. It's amazing. Go read it, and its sequel, Calamity Jack. You need more Jack and the Beanstalk Rapunzel in your life. Yes, definitely. Kendra out. So there we have my top 10 Rapunzel retellings, and I said I had an announcement, and here it is. I just released another Rapunzel retelling. So yeah, I had this one out. Here we go again, book 5 of my Bocanias, out last year, where it's Rapunzel shows up and they have to deal with all the aftermath of a lot of stuff going down. But now I have a real, true, honest to goodness Rapunzel retelling, Misfortune. And it's not just Rapunzel, it's Rapunzel set in the book of Daniel. Not exactly the historical version. I very much changed whatever I wanted, but it's got the themes, got the stuff, and it is really awesome if I do say so myself. I quite enjoyed writing it, and the poor girl, I really enjoyed writing her story, a tale of, you know, self-worth and whether or not you should be blamed for the circumstances of your birth. So yeah, and it also released alongside Diamond by Kristen Fisher, a non-magical retelling of Rapunzel that nearly made it onto this list, but I decided I didn't want to unseat Zell. It's another one with alchemy, slight edge of steampunk, and this time it's the prince trapped in the tower, even though she is still the one with the crazy witch taking care of her. It's awesome. Go check both these out. The links will be in the description, and let me know your favorite retelling of Rapunzel. Is it one that I shared, or is it another one that I haven't even heard of? I need to know. What are all the great Rapunzel retellings? Let me know. And if you want more fairy tale lists, also writing humor and advice, here's where you need to stay, so follow me along, and feel free to go check out my other social medias. I am crazy. That's a fact.